Warning, this program may contain visuals that might offend sensitive viewers. Parental guidance is advised. The somber mood of economic growth won't improve in Mzansi while Eskom's energy crisis remains unresolved. Electricity is an emotional issue, and this week we'll speak to concerned citizens.
Bloody clone film. I did 8 o'clock, Sanzulu who took a mutlu. Marek Cherry sleeping batties.
What you magobe our phone? See a phone about criminal manch.
800 rand, 20 days.
We feel like it's a rip-off.
Hi, ngani basibuyisele lo mhlakathi wethu wakudala.
Financially stricken power utility Eskom says that debt collection from municipalities remains a concern, with Soweto in particular. As the company negotiates with government over a financial plan, its total municipal arrears debt remains high. It is reported that Soweto residents owe Eskom an estimated 8 billion rands in unpaid bills, and while the power utility has gone into the township to install prepaid meters, it has been faced with outcry from residents. One community that is feeling the pinch of these meters is of Protea North. They took to the streets to voice their concerns. On the 23rd of April, the community of Protea North stood together and handed a memorandum of demands to Eskom at their Mapetla offices.
Flat rate, 200 for all households. 200 rands flat rate for all households for the following reasons. Okay, in areas in Soweto such as Zola, Vitiklu, Noridas Moditabeng, Ranfante, already on a flat rate. Yeah, Clipper 50, 150 rand. Protea North is an old location where there are pensioners. As you can see, they're behind us. There are pensioners, there are orphans, and chronically ill individuals, depending on life-supporting machines. So clearly, when purchasing electricity with the current split metering system, the kilowatt per hour is inconsistent. So what we are telling you is that Daufita Molo Rakaga 100 rand. Kilowatts after 10 minutes, same till, same everything, 100 rand. The first 100 rand.
The community feels that they were not consulted about this new split metering system and are therefore against it.
Our conclusion is that residents were denied the Bill of Rights on clause 10 and 27. So Google again. The switchover project must be stopped until proper consultation is done.
The memorandum was signed for.
So all of a sudden, they are the green box. And the green box say, how about consult Rona as residents? Or who want a meeting who to ban a green box set like it. Whether Rona as resident, right, do like a part of the and a baton of hard dumel. By employing qualified technicians.
Community of Protea North, banale a right, ya hore ba matche, and a baritsibishka di lotsa bona. Re kreile memorandum ya bona le hono, re tlo is seka ra icheka hore e tsamaya byang. Se re santse re se bolele ke hore as Eskom policy, batho ba santse hore ba patele for the services tsa bona, electricity. Eskom is busy upgrade the infrastructure ya bona, upgrade the meter, Kenya the latest technology.
Mr. Madau claims that the people were well informed in advance about these meters, contrary to the outcry.
Proper consultation really started August last year. It carried on. Renality switch over agents. Sebering the Sansor to Protea North. Baba Samayang house to house. By explaining about the project.
But that process, it's like a maintenance, not upgrade, not changing. It's like a maintenance here, the old system.
The whole project, we are upfront with it. In the consultations, I think we had 5 consultations, we told them what we want to do. We explained to them and Rabafali choice between conventional meter, prepaid.
But Balebas decided to stick with conventional. You guys told them about prepay 3,500. Is that not a punishment for sticking with conventional?
It is not a punishment. I understand that 3,500 is security. Because Baba Patela, after we use electricity, in case motor at default, then we will be able to take that money.
So if that's the case, why are these people acting that's happening? Because there are people in the Protea community that only found out how to sign up for the CIU. They have to prepay 3,500. Nobody told them beforehand.
No, in our consultation we explained to them, lady pamphlets specifically is mentioned. Not everybody. I am not sure because they know about it, they know that they are on prepaid.
I personally know of 2 households that were shocked when they found out that they have to prepay 3,500 for sticking with conventional.
The 2 households, maybe if I can get specifics, because again, Arereba prepay with their first bill, deposit.
May Eskom please respect us, because without us, they don't have work. And how do you give orders to a parastatal that is in tatters? Eskom yourself is in tatters. So, but they want to tell us, and then they must stop this thing also of implementing it divide and rule. They're always targeting the poor of the poor and promising them work, which is only going to last for 3 months. And then what are those poor people going to do after 3 months? They're telling them we are going to earn 2,000 for 3 months. And then after that, we've got enemies. We understand. The residents tend to be your enemies. We understand. So this thing of divide and rule, it must come to an end.
800 rand, 20 days. That's what happened to me. And I'm staying alone. Wautwa, nagi chabala TV spot. Kichela Pick and Pay. But now can see 800 rand.
One resident had issues with her electricity day after she was switched over to the new prepaid meter.
The problem is bathema baqeda the following day balight ebusuku yaba right ekuseni ngabo 5 babies iwa etrip light 5 minutes light 2 minutes light 5 minutes iqime kanjalo busy etrip
kuphi ngaphakathi endlini
ngaphakathi endlini my bengakumensishi bevese izicime yona izilight isicime izilight then sibalande from 7 until 7 ntambama intombazana ithatha ama readings yathi kimi ngifuna i-technician ngempela sayifonela i-technician obacela bathi ama-plugs ba right bathi minsishi be right ngabonisa i-technician i-box le mangibonisa i-box wathi tsho wena nizoshela endlini ngathi yini wathi baphambanise intamo bahlanganise i-life ne-air.
Ubani lo okutshela cala ubani lo okutshela ukuthi bahlanganise i-life ne-air i-technician wena uyifunile or okay
i-technician engiyifunile
so abantu base Eskom abalanda ama-agents mawafika lana abheka bathi
bona bebethi ku-right ababoni nix.
Sis Kali had to find her own technician when the people that had installed her new meter couldn't find any fault. She too has the same complaint about not being properly informed.
Aba-explainanga bathi bayenze maintenance. Samangala thina manje sekunabantu abakokotayo ya understand. Baye bathi bafaka i-switch over ngathi mina I'm not interested to switch over. kweza enye intombazana bangithola ngoshingubo futhi kweza enye intombazana yeze hamba nomunye ubhuti ngathi ngisasho futhi ngithi I'm not interested ngabashiya kanjalo
ngaleso sikhathi bu understand what switch over means?
No bengayazi ukuthi mina ukuthini switch over ngibone ngoba sebangifakela and bathi mabafaka lawo nalama box la ngaba unumber 1 elistini yokutargetiwe ngazibuza ukuthi why baqale ngami mara ngokuthi ngizothi mangithi ngiyela ngoba beza kwakufuna umfana omude nje wayefake bhejaka lafanyana ehamba nomunye ubhuti ngazibuza ukuthi why batargeta mina lo bhuti lo wathi kimi kube awuyifuni siyafona bacimela manje ngathi angina choice thing bese ngithathe understand ngayithatha.
Anybody would sign for the new system if they were threatened with electricity cut-offs. Mrs. Kali said she paid a technician out of her own pocket to fix the problem, and she says she also reported this issue to Eskom's head of customer service, Mr. Henry Mjali.
Umtshali wathatha eholweni wathatha igama ne-address kwaphelela kanjalo azangasenza umtshali.
As you might have seen reported in the news recently, Protea North is not the only community in Soweto against these new split metering systems. The residents of Orlando West took a different route. They protested and blocked roads to voice their disgruntlement. Cutting Edge spoke to Ugogo Mhlongo, a pensioner of Orlando West. She tells us how she was switched to these green boxes.
Ngithola bashaya igate ngithi yini manje sokwenze njani bathi hayi mama yithi begesi ngithe gesi yipi bathi lama prepaid manje mama besizokutshela ukuthi nasizofaka lama prepaid ngoba abantu ababhatali nini wafakile angeke banicishele labana ababacishele mara siyamangala ngase singavuma mina kanti wathi sizanika nowe 200 rand ilento umhlakasi nasiwafaka namhlanje savuma ke thina ngoba besijabulele le 200 kanti sazibulala.
She says daily chores have changed since switching over.
Baye bangitshela bathi nangifakile lento singayuza ilento igedlele ufake 1 cup egedleleni ukuthi ubilise nje amanzi ozophuza ngayiti sathi sifake 1 cup bathi ya bathi ke after that ilento amahita lawa wamabhasi singawafaki ngoba adla umhlakasi kakhulu singamane sifake le ilento lene yeoil uvala ikamari na ufaka lapha yabo ukuthi iroom ibe warm then nasozwa ukuthi iwarm bese uyayicisha futhi.
Gogo and her 96-year-old mother opt to sit in the sun to keep warm during the day, as it is costly to use heaters.
Hey angeke ngukutshela ukuthi kukuphi ngoba sometimes isifake ye 100 rand uthole ukuthi nje silasta for 2 days isephelile. Sike safaka ye 400 nayo wathi sathola ukuthi hayi 1 2 3 seyiphelile. Mina inkinga yami angazi kwabanye bakhala ngani ngoba nalosiswa lapha opposite uyakhala uthe iyadla lo mhlakasi. Bonke mara abantu engibabuza abayifakile bayakhala bathi uyadla lo mhlakasi ene le watch liyagijima. Ucheche uphele.
We also spoke to Matete Mhlongo, one of the community leaders in Orlando West.
They actually started last year between November and December. That's when they started installing them. And the information that they give as they were installing them was that they're changing the old pipes and they're putting in new ones. They said, they're safeguarding the breakage that is happening currently where people will break in and when there is probably power failure and people will break in then feed it with the wires. So they're ensuring that no one will get injured when that happens.
She tells us of the reason behind her community's protest.
From the 6th to the 7th, we're protesting, we're out in the street. And what led to that protest and demonstration was that we've been in several negotiations with Eskom, but those negotiations didn't bear any fruit. And as a result, we felt that, the community actually as a whole guided us as community leaders to say we are sick and tired of dancing to Eskom's music. You know, this is our situation. Yes, they're charging us the same tariffs as everyone else, but we are not all equal. You know, we've got a high rate of unemployment, and therefore the tariffs cannot be the same as people who are in affluent areas where they can afford to pay for their utilities. So therefore, you need to think for those communities who have elderly people who earn a social grant of 1,400 kapula rands, who won't be able to afford to pay for this prepaid electricity. So as a result, they didn't want to listen to us. They were not prepared to meet us halfway. We gave them a memorandum. They didn't meet any of the demands that were stipulated in the memorandum. And when we went back to the community to explain to them that we were going nowhere with Eskom, that's when the community decided that we need to go out to the street and demonstrate and protest peacefully.
On the 8th of May, Matete says she had uninvited guests at her house.
We are in Orlando East because we are on our way to actually Orlando Police Station. What happened yesterday is that when we were busy trying to sort out legal representation for the 12 who were arrested, certain elements of the community and the MK people came to my house and they jumped walls, and as a result they terrorized my mom, and they told my mom that my mom must tell me to stop demonstrating. I'm the instigator, which is not true, because our direction is guided by what the community wants to do. And as a result, I'm causing chaos in Orlando West, and therefore I'll go to jail for 35 years. And my mom asked, on what grounds? You know, what have I done? Have I killed anyone? Because basically the whole protest and demonstration is based on what the community wants. And so far it has been peaceful.
Babuma Tilonga is a diabetic pensioner in Protea North. His life depends on insulin injections that are supposed to be stored in the fridge. He has a problem with his prepaid card that is not registered in his name. He's not only worried about the price of electricity, but also worries that one day his medication might go to waste and cost him his life.
According to payment, I'm paying a lot. 100 rand every 2.5 days. According to life, what's insulin, my body has changed. Because high blood, sugar, all these things. Because I think how if a deal, and I must go and buy. And after buying, my main concern, kitlareka BP, horeki Kenya, utlababim. Kitlareka midway, horeki Kenya, utlababim. I must go back to my customer service. Balum fan number in chab. Yeah, well, akfita high Kenya papa. Then from there he does Kenya to light. I get a reg Pick and Pay. I reg shop right. I recommend a fella the PP.
He says he has reported this problem a number of times.
You know, I have spent a lot of petrol up and down Midway. Even next Nakoloi, I'm sure next class because I'm sick. I fit a Midway, Raymond. Why is a Pick and Pay? Are Datole Umo customer service. Arbaze Lungi is about, don't worry. You know, that is card, no banana, Protea. You know, it's a problem, bloody fellow. I did 8 o'clock, Sanzulu Hoots, Sukamutlu. Marek sleeping butties. Yeah, it's painful.
He says his electricity is costing him an arm and a leg.
To be honest with you, it's about 300 rand a week. Yeah, 300. Rega 3 times a week. Rega Sunday, Rega Thursday, Rega Sunday half, 3 times a week.
So get 300 rand, which is 1.2.
1.8 a month. It's a lot.
Another Protea North resident, Mohato, claims that he doesn't get the same units of electricity from the same price.
Because what I've experienced before, I bought electricity. I wanted to give it a trial, to put it on trial. I bought electricity for 150, and it was reading 140. Then I waited for it to finish. I went there to Pick and Pay again and purchased the other one for 150. Guess what? It was reading 110, somewhere there. 110, yeah, somewhere there.
So every month when you buy, you get less electricity?
I get less.
Here's an example of what Mohato is talking about. Same month, same customer, same amount, different units of electricity.
It's always depreciating, of which is, for us, we feel like it's a rip-off.
Communities around Soweto have set up task teams to represent them in negotiations with Eskom. Thabo Sithole is part of the Protea North task team.
The task team's job was to initially communicate with the community, communicate with Eskom as to what are the concerns. So, I mean, we have been to the MMC's office with Eskom, but nothing has happened. Then people are surprised as to why these issues have been transpired, like Orlando, Protea, the whole striking, the marching and everything. It's because people are not being heard. The people who vote are not being heard.
We asked them if they had heard anything from Eskom 3 weeks after they'd handed them their memorandum of demands.
We haven't received a response from the memorandum. The only demand that was made was that the project should be stopped. Then it stopped. But still, what's happening is that they are dividing the community, because you find that one part of Protea North is paying. Let's say, for instance, I'm paying, my neighbor isn't paying. What's that? So, and what we want is that, and we will stick to the fact that we want a flat rate. So people have got this thing that we saying that we don't want to pay. We do want to pay, but may the prices be reasonable. Eskom said they provide 180,000 households. So 180,000 households, let's say for instance, multiply that amount by 200. That gives you a cash injection of 36 million every month.
Eskom and the city of Johannesburg are adamant that the Green Box project will be rolled out throughout Soweto and that everyone will be on this system.
They are arrogant by telling us that come rain or shine, these boxes will be implemented kankani, the whole of Soweto. Come rain or shine, the whole of Soweto will come to a standstill. Then we will get that flat rate. And people must know, or once we have gotten this flat rate, people must pay that 200, that 400, or whatever the amount, depending on whichever group you will fall under. Come rain or shine, Soweto will come to a standstill, and come rain or shine, we will negotiate and come up with a solution whereby both parties will benefit.
The feeling is mutual throughout Soweto.
We don't want green boxes, and it's clear. Eskom can see, the government can see. They must come to the party and sit down with us that which solution can we push? What can we agree with?
They must think about the community. They must think about us. Or frustrate us or punish us so it won't work. See the damages along with the plugins in. I'm not happy. I'm not impressed. They must listen to the people.
Hayi mabasibuyisele kulo wakudala man. Hayi ngoba uyasihlukumeza lo noma unganamali ufuneka uhlala unemali. Lo mholo wethu womndende uphelela kubo. Hayi ngangcono basibuyisele lo mhlakathi wethu wakudala.
I believe that what you do on the left-hand side, you must also do it on the right-hand side. Why I'm saying that is because, yes, they're going to implement it, but how long is it going to last?
My message also to Eskom is that don't tell the media one side of the story, and then on the other side you say, you're prepared to negotiate with us, while you tell the media that you're not going to move from your standpoint. It's confusing to us. As a result, we don't see the need why we should sit down and talk to you if you take that standpoint.
We have heard what the people have to say. A lot seem unhappy. As Cutting Edge, we promise to look for answers. Keep watching as these electricity wars unfold.